Every day in our communities, we are constantly making new connections to people and organizations. And some of those connections can be meaningful or serve as a way of support for bettering ourselves and our lives. Building positive connections is the heart of a healthy and dynamic city. But for some people, making connections to services and organizations to support them is a matter of urgency, survival, and desperation. As a society, we are pretty good at coming up with recognizing big problems and identifying inequalities. And we are even better at coming up with big solutions to solve them. But are we doing a good enough job understanding on the experience of those in charge of implementing these solutions? Whether it's new funding, services, or programs, are we doing a good enough job focusing on the experience of those using those new supports? Those are the questions our team asked when we were tasked with coming up with new ideas to address housing insecurity in Halifax. Based on a 2018 report by the Affordable Housing Association of Nova Scotia, 61% of youth had been in foster care. 64% of youth did not have income assistance. 82% of youth has used an ER in the past year. I'm here today to talk about ROOF, the project that made us win the first prize in the Future City Builders 30 Lab program. Future City Builders is a national program in 5 cities that engages 150 youth to create ideas for city-level issues and develop work-ready skills in the process. The Halifax team recruited 30 young, driven participants coming from different backgrounds and worked with us to create projects to help tackle housing issues. We have formed ROOF based on the belief that we cannot solve a problem as complicated as housing insecurity alone. How do you think people end up housing insecure or financially insecure? You might think because some people work and some people don't. Even I used to think that way. Unfortunately, this is based on a huge incorrect assumption that the path to success is perfectly leveled for everyone. You can be financially stable and have worked hard, but benefiting from forces like money from your parents or attending good schools allows you to fail or make mistakes without catastrophic outcomes. Hard work is an important component for success, but it's definitely not a guaranteed way out of poverty. Accessing affordable housing and the effort to end homelessness has been an uphill battle in Canada. And in order to address these issues, we looked at the underlying reasons behind it. It's important to know that not everyone who is poor now was born poor. A lot of people experience injuries, divorce, death, changes in jobs, mental illness, chronic illness, medical bills, and a lot of other reasons that decrease their earnings significantly. You probably know that race, gender, sexual orientation, disability status, and social issues like feminism, racism, immigration, and criminal justice reform, and more, may change a person's path towards financial and social stability. All these reasons come along with emotional, physical, and even neurological disadvantages. Understanding those reasons helped us to create a program that looks at those individual experiences of housing insecurity. Poverty is not the same as being low on funds before your parents send you your rent money. It's a cycle that continues to self-perpetuate and worsen over time. Low-income individuals and families also suffer from interacting with a financial system that ties assistance money to job attainment, and have been showing to be ineffective at helping people escape poverty. Workers across the country who earn a minimum wage are struggling to afford even the basic necessities of life because it is housing that absorbs the high proportion of it. And that's not the only issue. I believe many of you have been students in post-secondary institutions. Maintaining academic records usually takes a lot of work. And to apply for student loans, scholarships, or bursaries, you need to submit certain documents. And I think this is a fairly universal process full of frustration and tedious work. And it often requires setting up meetings with advisors and making phone calls. Well, getting assistance through programs that support low-resource populations requires a lot of the same work. But many people do not consider that element of it, or just how much of your personal life and your finances you have to make available to these entities and agencies. This amount of work can be hard for people beaten down by the struggle of poverty or disability, and if they don't have those managerial-like skills of organization. These same things take place when you have to submit these applications, prove your claims, submit requests to change something, or even argue with them if you've been denied. So, that was a lot, right? We have looked at the diverse reasons behind housing insecurity, the lack of understanding that each person's story is different and unique, the importance of making connections to receive support, and the administrative hassles in submitting applications to get assistance. As of today, there's no single unified platform that supports the home insecure population in Halifax with their essential needs. What is available is a patchwork of policies and service providers offered by a variety of disconnected services. In order to address the many systemic challenges, we created a collaborative solution through a deep understanding of the experience and the barriers faced on both sides of this equation, those needing help and those providing it. The solution is a comprehensive, up-to-date online platform that aims to become recognized among all service providers and those seeking help. Centralized place where individuals can find all local services like shelters, temporary housing, clinics, food, clothing, events, and mental health services in one place in their immediate community. But it's not just about finding out about those services and where they are. It's about figuring out how exactly they can work for you and fit into a network of support that you will build and rely on over a long journey of ups and downs. The platform will allow users to create a profile and provide information about their current situation and needs of organizations of their choice. With few clicks, they can search a database of service providers with filters and tags, such as emergency shelters, domestic violence. They can bookmark frequently used organizations and receive notifications of new workshops, skill trainings, events. They can schedule appointments with service providers and chat with them instantly, like Messenger. They can privately save their progress and check the services they've used through tracking their activity. ROOF will also help service providers and government agencies inform and take action that directly supports the need of individuals and communities in a collaborative way, as well as generate valuable data that can be used for funding applications. Service providers can add members to their network, post information, events, communicate to other service providers, use chat to maintain conversation, accept registrations to events and meetings, create reports, surveys, and assessments from the data received, and update their services to better serve the community needs. Over the next few months, we will be looking to work with community partners, and we are excited to launch ROOF. This platform will help service providers understand more the individual stories of housing insecure people and work together to serve their underlying needs and hopefully help them escape their current situation of housing insecurity. Thank you.